Hey guys, it's John here. I have debated making this video for a very long time, and the reason I debated it was because this is a very emotional thing for me. This is something that really, when I hear this, um, it affects me, and so luckily I have the power of edits, and I can edit me out if I need to. But this video is I wanted to share two moments in my first regression, which is the one that I have on my website. I wanted to share two moments in that regression. The first moment is literally the moment of hearing or feeling the power of Jeshua. And when you hear my reaction, I want you to not only listen to the words I'm saying, but I want you to listen to my breath, because you'll literally hear me lose my breath. And I have a hard time catching my breath because air is leaving me so quickly. I'm immersed in a pool of unconditional love, and there is no separation between me and Jeshua at that point. And I wanted you to hear that. The second part that I will dive into is very emotional. They're both very emotional. But the second one, I wanted you guys to who have never heard this regression, hear this emotional reaction to seeing him on the cross. And for some of you, you may not want to hear this, because it makes me cry every time I hear it. Makes me cry right now, my friend. But I wanted to share this because the experience that I had in that very first regression was so life-changing for me. And these are two of the key pivotal moments. That regression is infinitely longer than these two little snippets I'm about to play. But this first snippet is meeting Jeshua. And then the second snippet will be seeing him on the cross. You're going to hear the voice of the regressionist, Carol Berman, and you're also going to hear my narration as well. So the narration will kind of tell you what's going on, because without me narrating it, you would not know what was happening. So here's the first part. This is the part where I first see Jeshua on the beach.
Mm-hmm. Say what you want to say. Ask out loud what you want to know.
Right now I can't ask anything.
Okay.
Oh, you can feel him.
When I say I could feel him, I mean I could quite literally. I was standing 5 feet away and could feel his power. He walked towards me, he reached forward and touched my chest. It was like I was immersed in a pool of unconditional love. Not a visual experience, an audio experience, it was a being experience. I was him, he was me, and we were one. Carol Berman later would tell me that the amount of expressive emotion in my face that I went through was amazing.
Are you watching him, or you are him?
I'm within him is love. All of it.
So what I can tell you is this. I was having an experience not only in the regression, but in the room. There was no time or space. John of old and John of new were having an experience, and I was experiencing it in the consciousness of the two Johns, per se. And I was having a hard time speaking because words, I often say this in my videos, words are imperfect. Words can't describe it. But the feeling, I'm hoping, is expressed through the sound you're hearing from the regression piece here. This next piece is the part where I think that many of you might want to skip over. And really, just to give you a heads up of what this is, she leads me into seeing his death, thinking she was leading me to the death of John. But what she didn't realize, to John, there was nothing more important than Jeshua. So she inadvertently led me to the crucifix, to the crucifixion. And what you're going to hear is my emotional reaction to it. There's going to be no words. It's just going to be my emotional reaction and her bringing me up out of that emotional reaction through hypnosis. I wanted you to hear this because, you know, there's a lot of people who doubt my story, and it's okay. I completely understand why you would. For me, this was viscerally real. I was experiencing it in person, and I wanted you guys to hear these two parts for the emotional reaction of these two parts, and I wanted you to really kind of feel and understand what I was going through. And I know you can't with hearing it, but at least you can empathetically kind of feel what I was experiencing. So let's listen to that now.
And when I get to 1, you'll be able to view his death. 3, 2, 1. Becoming aware. Feel what you need to feel. If you want to come above it, you can rise above it and not feel all the feelings. You can rise above and watch. You can watch if you'd like. You can know. You can watch.
When my eyes opened, I immediately saw Jesus on the ground being whipped. I then flashed to him on the cross and was staring in his eyes.
So as you just heard, it was a very emotional experience for me. And I don't listen to this regression very often because it is very, very emotional for me. But the last part of the regression, which I'm not going to play clippets of here because it's too long. If you're interested in it, it's on my website. You can get a copy. But the last part talks about him being here as an example, him being here to show us our way, the oneness of God, and that everything is love and it's so simple. Everything that I talk about on a regular basis is in the end of this regression. The reason I shared this was for some reason I really want you guys to understand what I was feeling at the time. I for some reason I just want you guys to know that. And so I'm hoping that you guys will see from the regression, from these snippets, number one, what an amazing individual Jeshua truly was, to elicit that kind of feeling and emotion upon first meeting him and upon seeing him die. I'm hoping that will definitely tell you guys what an amazing individual he was. Number two, I really would like you to understand why I do this work. It's far more than money. It's far more than physical pleasure. It's far more than material gain. It's far more. I feel it's a duty to share what I believe and to share the experiences that I've had. And so I wanted to make this video specifically so you guys can see what my mission is. And in seeing what my mission is, you might have a better understanding of why I do what I do. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. The John of New channel is solely funded by your generous donations and purchases of private readings and merchandise. To help out, go to johnofnew.com or use the donation link in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.